my abusive marriage, October 20th, 2006, with my children. I came to Bismarck, where I am from. I was living in Hazen at the time. My children were ages 2 and 5 at the time that I left. The court, in their great judgment, threw out all of my abuse charges, even with my oldest daughter's testimony of abuse. She's now 29. The guardian ad litem did not do follow-up with my group of people she was supposed to interview on my behalf for my parenting skills. And despite going to the Supreme Court twice, they did not overturn custody. They choose not to do so. The day my ex-husband took my children was a court-appointed date, the day after Christmas 2006. And I went through the greatest darkness of my life, and I almost did not make it out of that. I am a mother who carried these children to term. I gave them life, I loved them, and I treated them very well. Since the time that my children were taken from me, I have not had any rights to see them other than my every other weekend, every other holiday. I have missed countless birthdays, irreplaceable times in their life, countless memories, and they are now just little visitors in my life. I see them roughly 96 hours a month. I miss my children, and they miss me. My youngest son, who is 8, has had a hard time fitting in with his classmates, fitting into anything. He does not have an interest in any activities. He has no friends, and he does not receive any attention other than being yelled at by his father. When they are sick with me, I have no rights to take them to the doctor unless my ex-husband tells me that I may do so. I do not have the right to take them to a chiropractor. He threatened to sue the one that I had taken them to for malpractice. I do not have the right to schedule counseling sessions with any counselor. I was seeing an abuse counselor for 2.5 years, as was my oldest son, who is now 12. My ex-husband threatened to take away her license for malpractice for seeing my son with us. When my little girl, who is now 8, had adenoid surgery, I was invited to come to the walk-in clinic and spend time with her before she went under. My ex-husband asked if I would like to go in with her, and my daughter wanted me to go in with her while she was being put under. That was the last appointment I was ever invited to because she chose to have me go in instead of him. I pay child support, I live in poverty, and my ex-husband is a wealthy man who continues to build buildings on his land, buys my children every toy under the sun, but sends them to me with shabby shoes, coats that don't zip up, and clothes that look like rags. I live on food stamps and my little income and pay child support. Nearly half of my income disappears before I even see it. I can't afford to fix my car, but yet I have to drive to pick up my children. When they live in Hazen and I live here, that's a lot of mileage. Pardon my emotions. When I call my children every evening between 4:30 and 8:30, I'm always on speakerphone, which is very destructive because they are not allowed to have private time with me on the phone. They are not allowed to have a quiet conversation with me. There's always background noise for both of us. My ex-husband raised my child support by having it looked at because he wanted to pursue me to pay health insurance for my children. I don't even have health insurance. My youngest son